reading about how we diagnose people, and it's based on clinical symptoms. And then when we take, so blood probably qualifies. Or they can do, blood, they can send it to testing. How fast that can stuff is, but, it's, oral antibiotics or something, or 10 to 14 days. How often,
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Because you catch it early. Go on, and then it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
All right. What time do we have here? Let's see if there's one here. Laura, Jennifer, and Melissa? That's right, Melissa, right, yeah. And, Dawn, yeah. But, I don't see you here, but Katie? Right. Everyone? Did I miss anyone? Yes. Dawn?
Robin.
Robin, oh, okay, sorry. Oh, yes, okay, yeah, there we go.
And what do we refer to you as?
My name is Rehan.
Rohan?
Yeah.
Thank you.
My name's Rehan.
I got home last night, went, who am I talking to, listening to all night?
My name's Rehan. I'm a naturopathic doctor. So, my Rehan Zaidi. I'm an ND. So, most people actually know me as. You're supposed to refer to someone as with their last name. You're supposed to call you Dr. Zaidi, but everyone calls me Dr. Rehan.
Okay.
Like everyone I know calls me that. So, you're welcome to call me Rehan. It's fine with me. All right. So, I would like to ask people, how was your last week? What did you absorb? Did everyone get a hand out of this? What do you remember? Like to see what you absorbed, what you thought, because this is a little bit of where I'm. Homeopathy and the world of natural healing is a different world. Okay, it's a different paradigm altogether. Actually, we kind of understand it in our when I was young, I always thought healing was all about that. I always thought healing was a natural process that you use things that help the body. But as you grow older and you work through the medical paradigm, then it changes, right? You start like, oh, I guess it's all about management. There's no cure, and you get to just live to accept it. So it's going to be a little bit of a slow process that we're going to be changing. I hope to brainwash everybody. So tell me how much you've been indoctrinated by that one class. Anything is okay. You just mention your thoughts, what your thoughts, afterthoughts were.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So you talked about water having feelings.
Having memory.
Okay, memory.
Yeah.
What about the rocks? You talked about taking quartz and putting it in water and blah, blah, blah. The way you chip at that rock to get it off of that piece off a big rock.
Yep.
Does it also, if you chipped it gently, as opposed to using a blasting cap to get that said rock?
Would it
does
make a
that-
difference?
Does that make a difference in the overall healing or thing?
So this is the world of energy is something we don't fully understand because it's very hard to measure. So we're empiricists. Do you remember what empiricism means? Who remembers what empiricism means?
Evidence-based.
Yeah. So we're looking at things from we observe it and then we report back. So we're not there yet. The world of energy is not fully understood. It's hard to measure.
Well, they talk about plants being able to, they
Mhm,
sing or
mhm.
make noises, or they cry, or they have
Yep.
emotions or something, but, so again, how you snip a plant to use it to make your concoctions, I'm just wondering if that makes a difference.
No, I think it's a good question. I don't know. We don't know yet. I think that energy of things is affected, and some energy is affected more than others. Like a rock, right, would perhaps be stronger in its energetic stability than something like maybe a plant, right? And so the plants are affected more by their environment, and so the mineral kingdom, the animal kingdom, the vegetable and kingdom, right? They all have different probably ways they interact, but we're not there yet to know. What we can do is we can measure the energy of that particular substance when it's stored in homeopathic water. But if it was prepared differently, would the symptoms be different? It would have to be tested. And the way we test and show the energy of a substance is how? Who knows?
Double blind,
What was that?
double blind.
Yeah, what's that called in homeopathy?
Got me.
Yeah.
So many words.
I'm gonna keep you guys on your toes, all right? Because I don't want this to be a class where you learn it and it's like abstract, and you go home, you're like, I learned something one time, you know? If we use it, it'll be good, and it's good to take a look at the notes in between. Approving, yeah, yes, it is a proving, and so those provings are what help us to know how that particular substance is acting. Okay, so if for instance, we took a small scraping of an element, and then we did the dilution, and then we did the proving, and it came up in a certain manner, and then we blasted it, and then it did it, and then we proved it, then that might be two different remedies. It might have, it manifests differently. Good? Yeah. But I don't know that. We would have to test it. That's the only way to know. Otherwise, it would just be theories. No, it's cool.
Tested. Like I didn't know whether or not.
It hasn't. I think some things have, actually. Some things have. Some things are prepared slightly differently, and they do produce some different results. But it's few and far between. I would think so, but it would just be me guessing. Yeah. Even though like I'm into this very quacky medicine, it's very true. I'm a quack. But I actually like science, and I'm very methodical in the way I practice. So I like to just stick to what we know. Let's keep on talking about last week. So it sinks in a little bit. It's good to review, right? What else can you guys remember from last week? Yes?
Okay, so we're talking dilutions.
Okay.
So I understand why big tech doesn't want anything to do with this.
Yep.
Because it's $1 trillion a year business, plus. Why are the drug dealers doing this?
Drug dealers?
Yes.
Okay.
So if I took a gram of hashish, shook it in my water, and I did some math, so at 3 and 6 dilutions, you see, are the potent or special. So 100 milliliters equals 500 drops. So 100 milliliters of water, there's 500 drops of water in 100.
Oh yeah, I mean it would be, you can expand it. Yeah, sure.
Right, so then if you take it 500,
Make money off of it.
right, so at 10 times, it's 9 million and something with 24 zeros. That's a hell of a lot of drugs off one little piece of hash.
That's right.
So why wouldn't they be doing that?
Actually, they have done it already.
And it would be stronger than fentanyl or whatever crazy stuff they got up there, in theory.
So, good question. They already have done dilutions of drugs. So there's homeopathic remedies made of morphine and codeine and all types of different substances. Cocaine, I think cocaine is done, right? Hashish, all these things probably, I don't know if about hashish specifically. Different drugs have been done. Remember, the effect of the drug, right, through its molecular effect is different than the energetic effect. It's not like you're just taking it and then getting high. It's extracting something about the original substance that will produce an effect that has to do with your where your energy is off. So it's not producing a molecular effect. When we're taking a drug, we're actually looking for the molecular effect. It's causing a certain biological, molecular high. It's altering neurochemicals. This is why homeopathy is so safe. It's not doing that at that level. It's altering the water in our system to produce the energetic effect of that particular substance and allowing our body to heal itself. So you're not going to produce the same effect that you're after. It's not going to hit you with the high.
So CBD oil,
Yep.
it's for pain relief.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be something that goes down further, be for pain relief?
Could be. So we're gonna talk about remedies today. So you're thinking very creatively. It's wonderful. You know, the creative juices are going, right? That's exactly what we want. And so you'll see now from this, we're scientists, right? We're exploring, figuring out how this all works. So you'll see how it works based on the case examples and how these things actually make, what kind of effect they have. Sometimes we think a certain thing will have an effect, but it doesn't have that effect. So we have to experiment. Like for instance, silica, we studied it last week. You know, we wouldn't have known that it makes sense that the person might be feeling cold. It's cold, it's a substance that's cold to touch and things like this. But you wouldn't have known that without actually doing the proving. So once we go through some of the remedies, you'll see how they interact. Yep, very good. Okay. Did anyone have any experiences with homeopathy during the week? Did anyone try something? Did anyone see someone else try something? Did someone see a symptom, say, "Oh my God, I think homeopathy might have worked there"? What did you see?
Oh, goodness. Fleas on the dog.
Okay. You okay? Yeah.
I've been avoiding taking him to the vet because I want to know if there's something I can get out of this class for.
And look, it's right here.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah, I saw that. But you know what? I've never used this remedy actually. That's very interesting.
I'll let you know if it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Because I would think that's the fleas. It's how do fleas work? So I haven't had we've had dogs, but we haven't had dogs with fleas. The dog is itchy, am I right? But and then the fleas will
From flea
reproduce.
bites.
From
They
the flea
bite.
bites, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the remedy you're going to give, if you give it to the dog itself may heal or may be less itchy, but the fleas will still be there,
Okay,
right? You still have to kill them.
right.
And it's probably like shampoo or something, isn't it? How do they get rid of fleas?
Garlic is a natural.
Okay,
If you
yeah,
put it in the food, it emits a smell that fleas don't like.
okay, and then?
Or go to the vet
Yeah,
and pay a lot of money for medication.
but you can't, isn't like a shampoo or something you can get that kills
They
fleas?
don't work.
Really?
Yeah, there's like, you can get like a.
There's powder, there's shampoo, there's collars, there's doc drops on the back. It's a whole industry.
Oh.
We sell a diatomaceous earth, and I'm trying to remember what else is in there, it's another powder in there. Some people have found it.
Really?
Yeah, diatomaceous earth cuts them, right?
Yeah. That's those ants too.
Well, you know, here, so this is, we can do a trial.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a remedy now, to try on.
I was very happy to see that dog laying there.
Okay, all right. Anybody else?
Just,
Yeah.
do they, like, the remedies work across different species, like dogs, people?
Very good question.
That's-
So we're working on, okay, now this is, I like to teach actively, so that with the questions. So where do natural remedies work, and when you take a remedy, where is it acting? What do you think how is it working?
It's probably working on your brain.
Working on that?
On your brain.
On your brain? Okay, so I think that's a fair guess. And what do you think the brain does?
Well, if you suggest something, you tell somebody that, you know, take this pill, it's gonna work for you. It should get rid of blah, blah, blah. Just the power of suggestion.
That's called, do you know what that,
Placebo.
that's called?
Placebo.
What, did you hear what you said? What is it?
A placebo.
Yeah, placebo.
We
okay.
used to actively use it all the time.
Yep, yep.
And, you can't anymore, not allowed. But,
What do you mean you used to use it? Are you a nurse or?
I was a nurse, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to use it years ago.
Hmm.
And, there is value in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, you know, if you tell somebody enough times to have a good day, they're liable to have a good day.
Okay.
It was the power of suggestion.
Yeah, power of suggestion, yeah. Okay, so, first of all, we spoke about how homeopathy is not placebo. All right? There's a world of difference between placebo and,
I get that.
yeah,
But what I'm just saying is that if you tell somebody, go home and take this, it may work simply because they're being told by a doctor, this is gonna work for you.
right, yeah, which is placebo, right.
But you can't tell your dog that.
You can, exactly. So this is another thing. Why are proofs of homeopathy? The animals won't know.
Right.
Also, the double-blind trial, the patient doesn't know. Second, there's also like I had a patient. He was he's probably his 20s now. He was a child at the time, and he had a learning disability. It wasn't Down syndrome, but it was something, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he was severely like delayed in his mental development. And he had a constipation. So I had to basically understand what remedy I needed for this young boy. And took the case from his parents, also observed him, and then made like my best guess. And when I gave him the remedies, one little pellet, his constipation would clear up. He would start using the washroom. He would be happier, and it would last approximately the time, 10 days to 2 weeks of improvement. And then usually it starts wearing off, and at that time you can redose or you can give a higher dose in these things. So there was no suggestion given to that boy, of how his body was going to do something that he doesn't have control over anyways. So these are all methods to prove that this is not a suggestive thing. This is not in the mind. This is not. But it is working at a deep level in another way. And that's the energetic force of the body. Okay? So what we understand of the body is that it lives. It's a living, we are alive. There's something different between us and our corpse. We are not the same. What's that thing that's missing? We don't know. It's this magical, supernatural, immeasurable force. We call it life. So anything with life, homeopathy will work on, because it's working at that level, right? So that could be another animal. It could be a plant. Plants can even benefit from homeopathy.
Oh.
Yes. Because they have life too, right? Yes.
So is that something then when you just kind of maybe getting ahead, like you look at the symptoms, so.
Yep.
How the presentation, if it's in a dog, a cat, or a person, like
Yep.
if they're itchy, then you would be like, okay, this is for itch or.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we're going to do today. 'Cause we're going to go in. This handout. We're going to go through some cases, simple cases, but that's how we're going to approach how to know what remedy to give. Okay. What other things? These are all really good ideas and thoughts, because it's solidifying our knowledge of homeopathy. You guys are going to be experts at the end of this. What kind of things did you question? Oh, I thought about that. Oh no, wait till I see him next week.
I've had several people, as we discussed, you have to listen to people's complaints and
Yep.
figure out what the source is.
Yep.
all week I've been listening to sick people.
Sick people?
What's wrong with them? Yeah.
Okay, okay.
One of them we discovered is a tooth grinder, and after discussing it for a while, found out that it started when she moved in with the boyfriend that she just left.
Mhm.
So I said, your tooth grinding should get better now that you've moved out.
Could be, could be.
Yeah.
However, there's something called trauma. Do you guys understand what trauma is? What's trauma? What is a stress? First of all, what is a stress? We talked about it last week. What is stress? Anything can be a stress. Okay, so give me a deeper understanding of the word stress. What is stress?
Friction or,
Huh?
a friction or a force.
Yes? That is that you're dealing with. The object that's being stressed is dealing with. Okay? When that stress gets to a point where it may leave a mark or a scar, okay? That's basically how you've now moved on from just resisting the stress to now being traumatized by it, been damaged by it. You have trauma. Okay? So, for example, you're driving down the road and someone cuts in front of you and you almost got into an accident and you lose your control of your bladder. All right? That can happen. Extreme fear. But now, there's no more, you're not driving right now, right? Why does your bladder feel weak? People have this. Since that time, I got scared, but it's over now. How, I still don't have my strength in my bladder. So, they have trauma. Something remained from that incident of fear that their body is now not working properly. It's been their vital force, that force of life that allows them to spring back and become alive, has been dented in some way. And now we have to work on that force. So natural healing works on the life force. The life force is this robust, beautiful, amazing thing that makes you always go back to homeostasis. Who remembers that word? What is homeostasis?
Bringing the body back to a natural state of relaxation,
Of balance.
balance.
Yeah, which is usually relaxed,
Yeah.
but to be able to run from the tiger, you're not relaxed. But is that a natural good response?
Yes.
Of course. So we want to be able to the body to respond always, and it needs to be able to go into the different shifts of the nervous system as it needs. Yes. So all of that is homeostasis. Okay. So we said stress can cause trauma. Trauma can remain. The life force, now that it's been damaged in some way, must be restored. And to restore the life force, that's where you need the right remedy. The right remedy, the like remedy, is that we're producing a mirror for the body, a same force in the right same direction, helps you identify, oh, there's the dent, but I'm not looking at it. Okay? Yes?
So, do we look at symptoms or do we try to look at the original cause?
Okay. So, the way of homeopathy, which you're going to see today, the way we find the remedy is that we don't investigate or hypothesize about causes at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we never do that because we can't judge and know. We can only go on evidence, right? So all we do is we accept people's experience of their problem. So you'll see, like, let's say you go to the clinic, and everyone has their own experience of things, right? And this disgruntled worker will come in and say, "Oh, I hate my job, and my employer, he's always demanding too much, and he's mean to me, and he puts me down," right? Do I say, "Let me look into this. Let me call did that really happen?" Huh? No, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do any of that. I'm not there for finding out the real cause, right? However, he does feel belittled. He does feel, overstretched. He does feel exhausted. The patient itself is giving you his experience. This is another beautiful thing about homeopathy. Your patients really like you because you can say, I understand, I'm listening, and you know what? Doesn't matter if it's true or not. Your experience is real. And let me validate that. And when you find that the remedy for them, the remedy will help them come out of that. So if the same experience might even be happening or may not be happening, but they will perceive it in a way that's better because that trauma has been released. Trauma oftentimes has to do with the scar, right? Have you anyone had a scar before? If you have a scar, it's very sensitive. Around it, the body forms scar tissue, right? And even a slight graze, you'll be like, ouch, oh, wait. Like, what? Just, I just grazed it. Because it's a scar. So inner feelings are also scarred. That vital force is also scarred, can be scarred. Yes?
So somebody that's going through emotional trauma,
Yes?
well, two people, let's say you've got two people going through emotional trauma, would you be giving the same thing to them but a different dose, or is there a bunch of different things that you gotta then figure out which one you're gonna give?
Okay, let me describe it this way. I'm driving the car. Someone pulls up in front of me.
Yeah.
And I lose bladder control, right? And I'm scared and my heart is racing. Person B is also driving the car. Another car pulls up in front, almost hits them, and they become enraged. And they're out there and they're kicking their other car's door down, dragging them out, and after that they're just grumpy all day. Do they need the same remedy?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, what do you think? No. Symptoms are completely different. Both have experienced the exact same scenario, but different, and they've processed it differently. So our constitutions and how our vital force is and how it responds is all part of our balance. And we have to find where that balance is and where it's off as practitioners. Cool, right? Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else? One of the best ways to learn is through this, like through Paul, because you will have a question, and then you will ask it. Someone else has that question too.
I've been using the pellets for histamines,
Oh, okay.
because my allergies were like, usually it's just a short period of time, it's just gone on and on, I thought, why haven't they done this? And yeah, definitely a difference.
So okay. So okay. So
It's called histamine, like the house, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a good time to explain a few more things about homeopathy. And you should have like a page or one of the pages in your notebook with definitions and these things, because we'll go back to them. So you should write the vital force, right? You should write what is stress, what is trauma, right? What is approving. All these things are tidbits of things you can go back to. So in homeopathy, we have, so the vital force is that original life strengthening homeostasis, motivate that particular, I don't want to use the word force in my definition, but it's the push that brings us back to health, right? So when we go off of health, right, that has to do with a particular, also another type of force. Okay, in German, they used to, because it's Samuel Hahnemann, he was the original guy. They came up with this because it was originally in Germany. They call it Inbegriff. Does anyone, do people, you guys, there's some people who speak Low German or High German? I know there's a difference. Anyone heard this word, Inbegriff? Inbegriff is like a wave, okay? So the wave, every problem makes the body and in a certain has a certain wave of direction it's going into. Okay, this particular push is what we have to understand. So when the person has a particular direction of this dent or some type of force that's going in a particular direction, then we have to figure that out, we have to understand the holistic picture, the mind, the body, the symptoms, and everything about that person, all right? Their experience. It's called indicative. It's a German word.
Could you spell that, please?
Oh boy. Probably IMB.
No? Okay. Could you say it again then?
Imbi and then GRIF probably. I think that's probably correct. Yeah.
Oh, F, like an
F,
Okay.
the end.
Biggest?
Griff. Yeah.
Okay.
Griff. Yeah. So, and I might be butchering the way it's said actually, but the concept is actually really important. All right. So the question that who was that just asked that question?
I said,
Yes. Oh, yes. So she was mentioning. So the way we solve deep problems in homeopathy is through something called traditional or constitutional homeopathy. Okay, constitutional homeopathy. This is a practitioner that finds the overlying wave, the force in which the person is being pushed. Okay, they're being pushed towards anger and resentment, and their complete body is responding in this hatred, and you know, the resultant action is that fists fly and people's noses get punched. Okay, that's the direction of force. So a practitioner will look at the constitution, the overall picture, and find one remedy, one single remedy, and at the deepest level provide that opposite, that balance, so that the wave settles and the homeostasis returns. Okay, that's called constitutional homeopathy. Right? It's looking at the entire picture and finding one remedy. That's it takes a long time to master. It takes it requires a lot of practice and a lot of listening, and so definitely with case taking is a big part of that, and a lot of familiarity with the materia medica. Maybe next week I'll bring in a few books to show you kind of like things that we use in homeopathy.
So how many sessions would that take? Like, if somebody was to come to you and you're practicing that, the constitutional,
Yeah,
how long would it maybe possibly take you to?
find a remedy.
Yeah,
Usually, like a practitioner, homeopathic practitioner, usually in the first session they'll sit for an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes. So I've seen sessions 3 hours. You go deep. You go deep, truly, and try to understand. And most of it is just the patient talking. Yeah. So that's how you. So that's one way. Okay. There's another way of homeopathy. It's called. It's actually, I don't know what it's called, but you use combination remedies. Okay. So you might go to a lower store and you'll see combination remedy. For cold and flu, this combination is for allergies. This particular thing is for, I don't know, runny nose, right? Whatever symptom, you can just think of something. That's not the constitutional way of doing homeopathy, but it's almost using homeopathy like you use drugs,
Yeah.
right? It's a quick approach, and oftentimes it works very effectively. And like you said, she had some seasonal allergy symptoms. Was it? Yeah. So you could do that, follow that, and you extract benefit. But it's usually temporary. It'll help you ride out the season. It'll help you get a little bit, do whatever you need to get by, right? Without the side effects of maybe some other drugs. And this is something, even if you guys learned that much, you would be benefiting from homeopathy. It's the beginning stages of how to use homeopathic remedies. Neither is right or wrong, but for deepest levels of cure, you have to do constitutional homeopathy, right? There's an approach, it goes layer over layer. So we're actually going to study a little bit of combinations. This is what the sheet I'm bringing is, because you're going to look at things in a superficial manner of how to use the basics of homeopathy, and it's usually for acute conditions. Who knows what an acute condition is?
Mild,
Mild, okay. What else?
Something comes on suddenly and it's
happening now.
Ha-
Happening now.
happening now, yep. Yep. Anything else? Usually kind of an emergency, right?
Strong.
How we have- it can be strong, yeah. It's usually opposite of like a chronic problem.
Can you give us examples?
Yeah, so you go and you break your arm. That's an acute problem. If you have ulcerative colitis, or you have constipation, let's make it simple. Okay, how long have you been having it for? Oh, I've been having it for years. Is that an acute problem? No, it's long standing. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys have any
Short
questions, you
term?
have to send it to Patreon.
Acute would be short term?
So short term, yeah.
Sudden-
Yeah. If you guys have any questions on this, you just have to send them to Patreon. I'll answer them in there. I have some of my friends and family wanted to listen in, so I'm letting them follow along, but they have to answer. It's Patreon, links should be available there. Because I can only answer one thing I'm having at class.
How long are the remedies good for usually, or do they range, or like does each one range?
So yes, this is all going to be based on frequency and dose, and you're gonna see it's I like to cover theory to just some extent, but then I like to throw people into the deep end, and we'll see how the remedies act. So so acute remedies and combination mixes can often be used in settings where a superficial problem can be solved and benefited. You go and, someone can't sleep at night, right? You can give them something. Someone has anxiety on a flight, you can have a remedy. These are acute problems. But as soon as you want to get deeper, then that requires more training. And to be really good at homeopathy, I mean, the training itself should be at least probably, I don't know, a year or two at least, just to get familiar with all the things. So, what we're going to do is, our goal is to empower you guys to be using some combinations or acute remedies and maybe all of you can develop a small homeopathic little pharmacy at home, right? To have some things that you can, hey, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that, in your little first aid kit, right? Is that a good goal for everyone here? Yeah. So any other questions before we get into that? Yes.
Can like oils, like scented oils, be a remedy for?
Oils?
Yeah.
What like a
Instead of just the diluting part.
instead
I'm
of?
just asking. Well, both. Can they both be?
Any substance in the universe can be a homeopathic,
Okay.
as long as it goes through this dilution process,
Okay.
and you're free to extract the benefit of it. So, for instance, let's say you wanted to use you thought fish oil has what is the property at a homeopathic level of the fish oil, and you go into a dilution process, you would find something.
Okay, I see. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Homeopathy extracts some type of energetic benefit of these things, and it uses it for a deeper level that the body responds to through the water in your system. Catching on? Good. Okay. All right. So let's discuss a few remedies one by one. Okay, so you can take a look at. I sent you this first aid for family. Okay, we can actually. Let's see. We can take a 10-minute break if you want to use the washroom, because then we'll come back and resume. All right, take a 10-minute break. let me see here.
I got a text message.
Oh,
Yeah. Somebody asked me not to do that to him.
So all questions can please be directed to,
we should do something.
the Patreon. I'll take the questions there.
Yeah. You gotta make them wear something their kids would wear. He's such a funny guy.
Yeah, just please sign under the Patreon, and then you can direct your questions.
Reading the previous episode, COVID shot is being in the dark. And I was like, well, I read that, I think for many kids, so like myelin heart disease or something like that. It's just some sort of heart disease.
It's just an infection.
Is that what that is? I just was joking. He stopped, sure, he's like, look, he's there's some like,
My niece uses it in her yard to kill insects.
Okay, we're just on break for a few minutes.
yeah, I'll see you. That's
10 minutes. We'll be back.
Looks like what Roy gave us.
In trouble in the county?
What is bubble in
I
there?
don't know.
Maybe it's for raising.
Garlic.
Garlic and honey. Yeah,
Be my guess.
I was gonna eat the clothes, I can't bring myself to do that.
10-minute break, guys.
The honey and onions, you keep in the jar until it's already used, over and over
This
again.
actually had like a baby couple on it, birth itself.
Yeah.
That's fermented.
Yeah, that's like that. This, by the time 24 hours comes out, it's
Neem? Neem, oh, I've heard of that before.
but a couple days after this morning, if he wakes up with a cough or something, and 8 minutes later, it's gone.
And so I use the mullein leaves.
Yeah.
Well, one I have, we've got tinctures of it.
Yeah.
Plus I also use it.
So is it your store that's on number 3?
Coffee maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just drove by it a couple times, didn't even know it was there for like,
So I use it every day.
how long have you been there?
I don't have any tea.
Is there a difference when an arm is broken compared to a homeopathic remedy versus like a crack barrel?
I ate some in
It's a good question. I want you to ask it during the class. It's really important. It's a wonderful question. I love them. Just save it so everyone can listen.
Okay,
Because
if I remember it.
yeah, I'll run.
I swear it's my fault.
It's just before this afternoon, I was like, kids in the kindergarten, and stuff like that.
Figured I better go with mine.
I didn't have to brain yet, I was so shocked, and I'm like, wow.
It's bitter though.
I know it's really bitter. It's a roller, but I'm like, I need to ask what. So it's like a seed that you use.
The gardening aspect
I
is
gotta try
hard
that
because
because
I
like,
live in the apartment, so it's
for the most part, I
like
can control it, but like, I'm like grocery scratchy, and so like,
So I buy now the dry herbs, so I just use trees now, it's gonna be a little recipe.
it was, I was cutting up like, sugar, and then I was like, really fine, all over my skin and everything. Oh,
From, I think it's called the turmeric,
I look at that one.
turn shop or turn tea shop or something. You get bulk herbs, chamomile, lavender. I just buy them in this grocery store.
Said I got some loose teeth and gum disease, using the cloves and water as mouthwash.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I boil the cloves and cinnamon threads with my eyes, elementary 2 hours, strong chemicals and add. I know, it's my child.
So is it the strong or you MON?
Burn a little bit.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but send it in my, copy of it.
Yes.
Just started pretty much and stuff.
Yeah, it's good for. Yeah, so it's underage. Yeah, me too. But, you know, when I left you last week, I left you really excited. I picked Nick up and then I gave the combination. And I'm just hyper excited to have her all, like, what are the
Price points like for the remedies.
So how he's describing all this, that she's like over her head.
Really?
That'd be,
Are you kidding me?
I just feel like all of it is really understand it. Like, we went to a movie, I figured for like, I'm doing it, you know,
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Where you from?
I'm from Toledo. Where's the
right after 1990, she's by the library. And
Oh,
years
where
ago,
you work?
my sister got it, and they.
Oh, yeah, Knackle? Knackle? You
Prison.
Oh, do you really? That's a great location.
Whatever, watching stuff.
all that kind of stuff, I'm not really sure what it's about that yet. Although I'm now learning about like the rock and the wing, and the probably it's at the end of it.
That's good.
They go way further than we do, whatever she did.
Yes, I like
But she's got the green thumb.
Price point.
Yeah.
I don't look at them that way. I do look to see the
Fools.
That's what I want to see the wing, the 2 weeks before the two.
I didn't really even know what I was gonna be learning when I signed up.
You're supposed to train like.
I didn't, I have no clue. I just knew it was homeopathy and it sounded healthy.
Fruit, but I really hope so. I mean, I'll do the next things like lemon and honey and.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my, all those are, I just keep trying, cause I like playing with parents' classes with my girls.
See, Laura starts, our whole living room is full of plants.
Like,
So
I
you're
never
really
really
sick?
got the difference between like the normal, like.
She's got grow lights in the
Regular
living
on the
room.
shelf.
She starts, all seeds are pretty well ours from the
Organic
year before.
Yeah, I try to keep seeds for the like, but I
For a couple
really
tablespoons of honey and I will go to like, with caution, and it's like so good for healing. Like, it's just like,
Yeah, no, we cold Germany.
Oh, that's
The
horrible.
organic stuff, I can't believe how good it actually tastes, cause I'm like, I like sweet stuff, so sprouts, it's supposed to be organic, and then paper towel, and then swallow that every time, and now.
That's how ours dries and also starts water, it just goes up over a container and wet and that.
But I like that, you don't have to buy them, and are they organic?
Yeah, I
You
eat
can
mine
get
so
the
a
stem
lot.
coming out, and you know seeds good, and there you
But
go.
we're starting to, like,
That's the only one that I've seen that was organic and it's not spreading that.
you sprout the seeds in.
Where is your store?
And then you just do the beans.
We're on number 3 towards the police station.
Oh, yeah.
So right at
We're actually
Park
making
Road.
Yeah, that's
Beach
what
sprouts.
it's super high, like, fireworks and other things.
Silver
Sprouts, yeah.
With a
Just sprout it. It's just-
But is it, was
Silver claws.
is attached to my building.
No, there is a white, we throw them on salads.
Road, just raw.
Yeah.
Cedars the other
You
direction.
can throw it in a stir
Oh, right,
fry.
I can do them stir fry, yeah.
Okay.
so what, it takes what, a week or so to grow it?
We're down towards the big station, you see it coming
What do you use, wheat berries or?
No, I make, beans, and with the, I used,
Simple, natural.
what was the first one? Oh, lentils the first time.
Don't use candies, you
Where are you
can't,
from?
they have to be cooked.
And then
Baltimore.
And then I moved to go
She's got a jar with a, with a
Oh,
mash.
so next spring is I'm gonna teach you better.
Yeah, right now, I have the fridge. We can't get.
Park Road, Cedar Street, number 3, her store is right over there.
So from here you go all the way through town, and it's 4 lanes, and it goes back to 2 lanes, and then it comes to the lake.
They smell like, they smell like maple. Like maple, sort of.
Some of the teas
I love
that
maps.
that I.
Me too.
So lots of maps,
I have
not knowing what it was.
Bags of maps from all over the
So
world.
I got that to sprout,
Before GPS was
and it's,
put in everything we have.
staying, like, well, it's not like,
But the nice thing is,
but just
once
tastes
you
like.
don't eat it,
Oh, that's
like,
nice.
We had,
you can't do any harm to that.
keeps dumping out and out in water.
Oh, yeah, you're
right.
And seeds.
Now, does it not
And
cause
then all of
the
a sudden we
reaction?
got these beans or else.
Treating like it's like-
What do you do?
Oh, you have to take a bit of lot of it to make a negative reaction.
Eat like chickens, cause they're max nutrients, and on their lowers their feed costs.
Like, I honestly can't remember all this.
Yeah, 'cause I-
My kids when they were babies, when I-
You're supposed to just put enough seeds on the bottom, just from the bottom of the mason jar.
Like, it was something else, it was always a homeopathic or something, and I would like shake the splits and
Yeah, little things, you can give
Oh,
them
that's
drops,
cool.
like,
It's really cool.
Is that the one with the
I don't know if it can
Yeah.
help autism.
The lid, a screen vest.
My family has no
Uh,
autism or any conditions like that whatsoever until my nieces
So,
have
the
babies.
first,
There's
the
three
first videos I watched.
children, one in each family has one. And there's no history of it in any aspects in our family at all.
And I watched another video, and my fingers seemed to be doing that, so when I got to them, I was thinking on the counter, because it was, like,
No.
the first time I remember it was.
They were slow kids, but they weren't like my nieces and nephews' children are, running close. They can't even
Used to be my face.
Yeah.
Function on our counter, and
Decide to
it
do
was,
it with that.
and I was using other beans too, so I don't know if it's that. or-
It's gotta be an outside source that's
The
causing
last
it.
time I did it, was with this.
It's gotta be.
Stuff. I put it in the cupboard. So there was like, keep the kids at school. I guess what I could do, buy it off.
It goes away from an animal to a person to a
Buy
body,
like a little.
change names like 4 times, and they're all going along with it.
That's the problem that's going on.
I don't know if that's what about crazy.
There is one, my niece has one in her school that they have to let her off.
Gotta find some
She doesn't send it to her
Okay,
country.
I don't know if it's gone that far yet.
Yeah, they have a letter
Cool.
box, so I wouldn't know the plastic.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just,
Two.
I'm so thankful that that grounded enough and like we're out.
Yeah, like right now we're,
Yeah.
working on an irrigation system in the garden, thanks drip hoses. We bought the drip hoses online, but the holes are too small.
What are they gonna do
The
when
lawn
they ban
was
the
crushed,
internet?
we're reading the water.
Oh, no, no.
So I just ordered a drill and do the hole bigger.
Yeah,
And so we go.
I wanna see
Oh,
that.
right.
Water comes through, squirts it on the plants,
But we
and
gotta
it's
start
a
sometime.
longer soak, cause it just pouring a couple
I
water.
actually just bought one of those sorts of hoses for cook gardens or like, oh, well, that's a legion, because they're. It's like they take a lot of hours and time for it.
Yes, yes.
This sprinkler was like 6
So, we're back. I want to start with, just answering this question that, Katie asked. You said, what was the question? You said, if arm is,
What is the difference, yeah, if a limb was broken, your arm or leg,
okay?
what's the difference with if you could take like a homeopathic remedy for it? Or was it being compared to being in a cast,
Ah, okay.
or some sort of?
Okay,
I've heard it
okay.
differently.
All right, so, again, understand that the body, once it goes through a stress, right? There's a trauma, a stress, then by you putting that the arm back in place, the bone back in place, and letting the body heal itself, you're letting it do it, it's whatever it needs to, all right? So you're casting it or splinting it, helping it, the body to heal. The body, you know that the body heals at different paces for different people. So it could take someone 6 months to heal a broken bone. For others, 2 weeks, and there's a huge, repair that's already happened. Why is that? Some bodies are responding faster than others. They're not able to perform in their peak performance. So something that the body is not able to do to its full capacity, a homeopathic remedy would help. It will indicate to the body, this is where you need help, so send more healing, all right? And so somebody who is slower to heal, the homeopathic remedy would help. But that doesn't mean that the homeopathic remedy will take the place of a cast. There's an acute intervention. This is where Western medicine has dominated. They're able to intervene in acute scenarios that are beyond any natural method that you would be using, because natural methods are only helping the body to do what it can. It won't be able to do something that it can't, such as, like repairing a broken arm. It won't be able to place it back. You need an expert who's trained in that to physically do it. The body won't be able to bring that, arm back into its place.
And into line, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you would do the regular conventional approach, and then if you want to help the body heal itself, to its maximum capacity, you would give the homeopathic remedy. Got it?
Yeah, no, I'm totally like just thinking like, what do you think they would do like before?
Before homeopathy was discovered, or?
No, like way back in the day, right? Like,
Yeah, back in the day too, they would be using splints and these things.
Yeah, okay.
But these are, modern
Yeah,
discoveries
yeah.
that are making medicine better, and that's the world of integrative medicine. Do you remember what integrative medicine is? Who remembers what integrative medicine is?
Combining Western and natural.
Yeah, combining Western medicine and natural medicine to give really good results,
Yeah.
and that's the future of medicine.
Okay,
That's,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So this way you don't throw out any one. You're not going to say, oh, if you hear someone say, Western doctors don't know anything. I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. You're saying something that, like, there's so much advancement, so much benefit, so many lives have been saved. So you want to say that, if someone says that, you might want to say, let's take this with a grain of salt, right? You don't want to be, you have to give credit where credit is due. So I definitely work with my medical doctors, and we had clinics that we did this together.
What if somebody calls out Eastern doctors? What's the difference?
Oh, they do it all the time. That's unfortunate, right? So actually, it's the same thing. I'm telling you, someone who paints the brush of negativity to all Western medical practices is not taking a balanced and wise approach. Similarly, even if you're a medical doctor at the top of your field and you got all the credentials and you say, oh, Chinese medicine, all that is garbage. I mean, I'm sorry, you're an ignoramus. You don't know, and you need to get educated. So get out of your comfort zone and learn and listen. And you can't learn, just like people always they like to comment on fields outside of their particular specialty, and then they tell you, oh, let me teach you about I don't know. You get someone a physicist who's going to teach you about biology. Okay, I understand you're good at physics. Don't talk about biology. It's outside your field, right? If I want to learn about biology, I'll learn about biology from a biologist, right? And because that's your field, and you're in and out of it, and thinking, you're swimming in it. Similarly, if you want to learn about, I don't know, religion, ask somebody from that religion. You have critics from different religions that have a stake in it, trying to knock someone else down, say, oh, these people are all this, all that. It's not your field. Let's be balanced. Learn from those people. It's a more balanced approach. So medical doctors who don't understand about Eastern medicine, you have to learn from the Eastern medicine. They'll give you, they'll squash your concerns. Because this whole thing about homeopathy, you'll see there's a lot of videos out there, and I mean I enjoy it. I'm not sensitive like that, because once you have, I used to be when I was younger. I was trying to, hey, I'm learning my field, and how come people are criticizing? And there was a lot of criticism, and then it's natural when you're still learning to grasp your profession or something that you're learning about. But after you see it and it becomes so clear that there's so much evidence, and people who don't have it in their life, they just you feel sad for them. You're just like, you don't have access to this great thing. You're not sensitive anymore. So it's just, for me, it's just a loss that somebody who says, oh, all that stuff doesn't work. That you're missing out on a beautiful aspect of medicine and health. So Western medicine generally focuses on the removal of disease. Okay? Even if you look at their definitions, right? Health is not the absence of disease, right? If I tell you, I went to the doctor and he said, I'm good. My blood work is good. My cholesterol is fine. I'm normal height and normal weight, and but you know what? I just feel horrible, right? Are they healthy? No, they're not healthy yet. They don't feel healthy. They have things they want to do they can't do. They're not exploding with health. So it's not absence of disease. Western medicine understands how to control disease. They will tell you, oh, this is how not to die. You have an infection, let me get rid of it so you don't die. Okay, you did a great thing, but you didn't make me healthy, right? The field of natural medicine, of holistic therapy, alternative, complementary, homeopathy, all these worlds, Chinese medicine, they're about peak performance, how to be healthy. The world of health is the world of natural and naturopathic medicine. Okay, so that's the big distinction. So now let's jump into remedies. All right, so and we'll give you cases, and I'll try to explain a little bit more about them, some depth as well. First remedy, which we already discussed, because it's so common, and everybody must have it in their medicine cabinet, is on the top right. This guy's got a bandage on his head, and he's got a little bump on it. And it says, what's the name of the remedy? Arnica. Arnica. The actual full name is, the Latin name is Arnica montana. So arnica is a plant, right? And it's used. You can actually use arnica. The plant itself, if you crush it up, you can use it on injuries, right? It's helpful to decrease the inflammation of that injury. But in a homeopathic form, it has a deep healing nature. And the arnica patient, they will definitely have pain. They may be bleeding. There may be a bruise. There may be a shock. Okay? And so when an injury happens with some of these symptoms, which almost all injuries happen with these symptoms, then arnica is a remedy that can be possibly quite useful for it. So let me tell you a little bit more about arnica, the remedy, Arnica montana. So physical trauma is one of those things, okay? And trauma is, what is trauma again? What is trauma?
It's a negative force.
Pardon me?
Negative force.
A negative force, I think that would be on the body or on the living, okay? I would say that's closer to stress. Trauma is something more than just stress.
It's an emotional or psychological response to a deeply distressing or life-threatening event.
Yeah, that's at a mental, emotional level, correct. What about physical level? Can you have physical trauma too?
Of course.
Yep. So trauma is something that the stress becomes so high that you actually have damage. All right. So when you have a blunt injury, like you get into a car accident, you break your arm, you fall, you bump your knee, your kid is playing soccer, and they fell and they got maybe it's not broken. It doesn't have to be broken, but it could be sprained, it could be strained, it could be bruised. Right. These are all this is a physical trauma.
Trauma is physical?
No, trauma is emotional too.
Emotional?
Yeah, trauma. So
Stress.
that's gone to the point of making.
Okay.
Think of it like it's made a more permanent dent.
Okay.
Okay, even when the stress is gone, the dent remains. Right, that could be an emotional dent. Right, and then please feel free to ask questions. I want everyone to understand these concepts, because if it becomes theoretical and then I don't want you to leave feeling that you don't understand them. I really want these points, because I want to build on them. You'll be able to use these remedies with confidence if you understand what I'm saying.
So if I had this plant growing in my window,
If you had a what?
if I had this plant growing in my window at home,
Okay, yeah.
so, okay, we're bleeding, can I use it as a leaf or grind it or I understand you want the pill form, but I also cut myself and I need something
Okay,
now, so can I eat some leaf or make a tea or?
okay. So if you take Arnica montana, so there's I think we are going to have a course there. I think next semester they're going to offer a course on botanical or herbal medicine. So Arnica montana is a herb that can be used in botanical medicine and herbal medicine. So there's ways to use that. Its leaves, its flowers, its roots. there's certain active substances that are inside those things, and then it's prepared, either through a tea or a distillation process, or in a cream, and that can be applied or orally. A whole different world of science. Okay, so I won't be able to cover that here, right? Unless we actually. So we can talk about this, but arnica has that potential uses. We're not talking about that.
Right.
We're talking about arnica and its homeopathic use. Okay, we're focusing specifically on homeopathy here.
All of ours homeopathic.
Everything we're talking about is homeopathy. Remember, I'm giving you a broad spectrum of generally understanding of what is health and how things are placed, but we're going to talk a very small sliver of that world, which is homeopathy. Okay, so homeopathic usage, you would either, if you want to use it like this, you would take that plant up, grind it up, and put it in water, and first make a mother tincture, which is an alcohol, and then let it extract, and then take one drop, and then take another drop, and then take another drop, 100, right? And then finally you take that drop. Okay. Or you could just go to Laura's and you can just purchase them. This because
They're not expensive, I asked.
yeah, homeopathic bottles, $7 to $10 or whatever. You're gonna buy like a bottle which has good number 100 pellets in them. So it might save you some time from preparing.
I guess that's the answer, that helps, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're asking these questions. I want to because it's odd, right? This is very new way of understanding, and people mix them up a lot. So we're not studying botanical medicine here, even though we're studying where they come from, which oftentimes are botanical substances. Okay. So now you have a trauma. Something's happened. And you are, what kind of trauma? You could have shock. You could have fear. All right. You could be anxious. All right. You could feel anxious about being re-injured. So like that joint could be, if there's a feeling of, oh wait, don't move it. I don't want to get jarred. Right. An arnica person who needs this remedy, oftentimes they'll fall or hit their head or something, and they'll say, just leave me alone. I'll be okay. I'm okay, right?
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me, right?
Yeah.
It's a very common picture of the person who has been hurt. Now, there's different types of people. Someone who might, another person might want to be held. They might want you to massage it. Let's say they got bumped. They might want you to give it a kissy, right? That's not the arnica patient. Okay, it's a different type of injury. This is actually a really blunt trauma. All right. And oftentimes it could be to the head. It can be, they're actually showing in the picture like a little bump on the head, right? It's just a memory cue. But it comes with a particular picture. This deep arnica extraction of homeopathy has a picture. And if it doesn't match, then that remedy won't work as well. Okay? The more the remedies match, the better they work. And that's through like cures like. Okay? There's a word for that. All right? It's called the similimum. Similimum, from something similar, right? Like cures like. This is the underlying principle of homeopathy. We're trying to find the similimum. Okay, I can tell that. S-I-M. I'm actually such a lousy speller. Since spell check came out, I won't be winning any spelling bees. Simile, and the last one is mum, M-U-M, similimum.
And this is the basis for all homeopathy?
All homeopathy. It's like, you're extracting, what symptoms does this remedy produce, arnica? And if you find it in a person, then that remedy is the similimum of those symptoms.
It's actually on your sheet, on the right-hand side, handwritten it. Near the top?
Oh, that's some fucking, like,
Oh, yeah,
That's
just point to AI.
What was that?
See that word there?
SYMPH.
that's.
No, that's symphytum. That's a different remedy.
Oh, that's a different word?
Yeah, that's different. Yeah. Sorry, the writing is a little small. Okay, so there's this feeling of
Cigarettes or anything.
yeah. No, we're gonna go through all the remedies. Yeah. It's actually this is compact information. You can actually, if you like to write in the margins, you can write, or you can make a separate sheet and write. But I'm giving you a lot of information on each of these things. So the arnica remedy is feeling anxious, overwhelmed. Okay, is another word that they'll use, or you can see it, wanting to be left alone and saying, "Oh, I'm okay, I'm okay." Some people can be hit really hard and they're like, I'm fine," right? It's actually a dazed state. Okay, and that can happen on almost in any part of the body, even if it didn't hit the head. Didn't hit the head. So bruises, contusions, physical trauma, soreness. There's going to be soreness in the muscle, all right? So sprains and strains, arnica can you? I'm just now the weather's getting good, so I had a very strong big injury in my leg last year, and my MCL was torn, my medial collateral ligament. So yes, I took arnica for it, and I've been taking arnica throughout the injury at periods. But for the last couple of months, I haven't needed it. It was a little bit better. So now that the weather is getting good, I'm trying to rehabilitate it more. I'm out there. I'm trying to see if I can jog a little bit. Yesterday I was jogging. I was running. Seeing how active it is, and it was sore. I was sore after my run. So that would be a remedy for arnica. The arnica would help whatever damage being caused by strain and pushing that muscle, as well as if you work out and you've worked out after a long time and you feel soreness in the muscle. What's a good remedy? Arnica. If it takes you 2 days to heal, arnica will make it into 1.
Now, is that internal or topical?
These are remedies. They're like
So
little
they're all
small
internal?
pellets. Take it in your yes.
I forgot.
I said muscle soreness.
No, okay, so spell it, inflammation.
Yes, if it matches this picture.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if it's a big, red, hot, swollen, painful, it's a different remedy altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like minor inflammation, so like if you tore something and then it's swelling and a little bit warm.
Yep. Arnica, right?
Okay.
But it comes with a certain thing. It's like a blunt injury, right? It's not like a cut. All right. It's not. So there's another remedy. You'll see how the pictures form. If it was like even though it might be a joint that was red, hot, swollen, but it wasn't done. It wasn't doing. You're taking a walk up in the mountains, and after everyone came home and relaxed, you're like, oh man, that walk was too much for me. It's like really red and swollen. Arnica is not the remedy for that, right? It might look like almost looks like a big red swollen joint. It almost looks like a bee sting, right? Bee stings get red, hot, and swollen. So depending on the picture, the remedy might be apis, which is actually made from the stinger of bees. So you'll see how these remedies are used.
So arnica would be used for something that was impact.
Yes, impact, and you're in a particular state, right? And sometimes it can be through the impact of just strong exercise, because the muscles become sore, bruised. Same thing. Don't want to be touched. They don't want to be jarred.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Soreness, stiffness. That's a good type of combo. Soreness and stiffness, because it usually has something to do with the inflammation, but also maybe lactic acid. It may be the bruise, the inflammation that's happening. So you don't want to move it. You don't want to be jarred. You don't want to be touched. You don't want to be massaged. You don't want to be massaged. You don't want it to be squeezed. Okay? Mental and emotional. So we talked about something, this thing that, oh, I'm okay, right? It's also that there's a feeling of sensitivity to touch. So they don't want to be touched, and they don't want to be, because they are feeling physical discomfort. And there's a element of wanting to withdraw. Okay, just leave me alone. What makes it worse? Now here's another very interesting thing about remedies. How do you know when remedies are right and wrong? There's some things called aggravating factors, and then there's something called ameliorating factors. Vocabulary is very important. Every field has its vocabulary, right? So if you want to, you want to be a student at Fanshawe, you have to do your registration, and you have to, what's it called? Log on to their portal, right? Whatever. It's every particular thing, if you're not from Fanshawe and you're at something, some other, they use a different platform, they may use different vocabulary. So homeopathy has their own vocabulary. They call things that help relieve symptoms ameliorating factors, which makes sense to ameliorate, but you have to know that word, because tomorrow when you open a homeopathic book, they're going to use this word, and you're like, oh, I heard it from that guy from Fanshawe. What was his name again? Yeah.
And what is that again?
Ameliorating factors and aggravating factors. Okay. And usually what they do is they actually when you'll see in the books, right, that if, let's say, touch, right, when if touch is, if it's an aggravating factor, they'll make the books, you'll see it, it'll go like this. That means aggravated by touch. And this makes it is better by touch. You'll see that these are shorthands you'll see in the books. And you can see, because it's kind of like a sign that things are becoming more, things are becoming small. You'll see that in homeopathic books. So symptoms of how they're aggravated and how they're ameliorated are oftentimes listed in homeopathic books for remedies. For the remedy arnica, what did I say earlier is an aggravating factor? Yeah, touch, pressure. They're sensitive. So that's one of the ways to determine that this remedy is the right remedy. Also worse by, so this is, worse by or aggravated. So this, okay, so it's worse by or aggravation. They usually write like AGGR, and better by or AMEL. Oftentimes you'll see this in the books, because knowing the vocabulary, knowing the nomenclature, it's good too. So arnica is aggravated or worsened by touch, movement, pressure. It feels better by or ameliorated by rest, slightly cold cold usually ameliorates the pain. Or left untouched, left undisturbed. Yes.
Can I ask a personal recommendation for myself? After a workout?
Oh,
I'm just asking, would a homeopath consider a post-workout soreness normal healing response, or a symptom that requires treatment?
no, it's normal. If you work out too much, you have lactic acid buildup, it's normal. But homeopathics can be used in ways, if they match symptoms, to get the body working at its peak capacity. So I don't know, when I was really young, I could go work, I could play in the morning, go in the evening, have another game, next day get up and, I'm fine, right? The body was just functioning so at such peak, levels. Now, if I go for a walk, it's too long. I'm like, I think it's good for today and all week, my calves are sore, right?
That's exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? So our body's not working at its peak capacity.
Okay.
So our vital force, as when we're very young, that's why homeopathic remedies work best with young children, because their vital force is so strong. It immediately responds to it. As we get older, the vitality of our system starts becoming less. And so it's harder and harder to activate it to heal fully. It's a normal part of aging. So that's why our homeostasis also becomes off. Normal part of aging. But, we still do meet, like people who are, I don't know, very childlike, even as they're aging, right? They're happy, they're not grumpy, they're smiling, they'll be able to, you'll see they'll be able to eat a larger variety of food without getting sick. They're able to brush stresses off much easier.
Okay.
This is a sign of a strong vital force. Okay. Right. So arnica remedy, oftentimes from an injury, it can also you'll see after a strong physical exertion. These are the times where this remedy can be active, and the pain doesn't have to be in just the location. It can be all anywhere in the body. It can be even throughout the body. You might have just exerted your, let's say you went for a hike, but you yourself actually feel tired completely. It's not just my legs. I just want to be left alone. I'm okay. Just leave me alone. Your whole entire body has gone through some type of a stress that the remedy arnica would help you heal faster.
Is it in any form, like tea or like a lotion or of a sort? Or
Yeah. So because we're talking about homeopathy, we're specifically talking about arnica diluted.
Okay.
Okay, and that's most easy. Like you can do it yourself, like Don was saying. You can take those arnica, the plant, and crush it up and do all that and put it on and make it a lotion. But now we're talking about the field of botanical medicine.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So yeah, no problem. No, keep asking these questions because it's so different. It's going to take time to understand. And if you have a question, it means other people have a question too. So we're specifically talking about the diluted form found in those little pellets in those little bottles. Okay, so
So when you go to a store, it's not a liquid that you're getting a pellet?
usually they're pellets, right? You can find liquid too.
Chapstick size tube, basically. It's a little chapstick normal size tube, and it's got like 100 pellets in it, and then you just kind of roll one out and fill it when you need it and fire it in your mouth. And don't touch it, because then you could take the stuff off. It just goes right.
Yeah. You can just visit her store, or you just look at what it looks like online, or
Amazon.
yeah, they're just like little bottles, but they have little pellets in them, little white balls of medicine. like a tablet, but it's not so small. We call it pellets. There's another word, So we call them. We don't call them tablets. We just call them pellets.
So is there any other form of medicine from homeopath as opposed to the drink, or sorry, the drops and versus the pellets?
Like form like means in terms
Like
of
a form of medication?
yeah, you can get it in liquid too.
Okay.
You can get the same dilution, but it's in liquid. So you can like when
Like a drink?
usually it'll come in small droppers,
I see.
and then people will just take a drop on their tongue.
Okay.
Is that what you call a tincture then?
No, tincture is usually means the mother tincture. That's where, let's say, like we're talking arnica, it would be the original substance, maybe put in alcohol and extracted, and that would be the mother tincture. That's the actual botanical, it has the molecules in it. You can find that. You can say, if you go to a botanical or, St. Francis herbs or something, you'll say, I'd like some arnica montana, and they're like, here you go, and it's in a like, dark bottle, usually glass, right? It has arnica in it, and if you take a swig of that or something, you're going to actually get the arnica itself, and it's used for some of the similar things, but oftentimes no one will talk about the emotional side. You understand? No one's going to tell you they'll say this is used for an injury, rub it on you yourself, or take a drink and it'll decrease inflammation. But they'll if someone tells you that leave me alone, or I want to be left alone, or the entire body feels they're using it specifically for like a drug. It's almost just like when you use botanical medicine, you're using it like a drug.
Like prescribed.
Well, yeah, you're using it for physical symptom, and and it's helping the body do something the body's not doing right now. It's doing something. It's like an anti-inflammatory. It's decreasing inflammation. This is not doing that. This is helping the body to heal itself. See, it's a completely different. It's a completely different approach.
I think we should take a class trip to your store next week.
Okay. So okay, so another something is called a rubric. Okay, rubric is basically how to find the particular symptoms that remedy the rubric or the category the symptoms fall under. Okay, so such as you'll find the remedy of arnica under physical trauma, injuries, and bruises. That's the kind of the rubric that arnica will fall under. It'll have soreness, stiffness, inflammation in the muscles and the joints. Right? Things that we've covered all this. They'll also have fearfulness, anxiousness, sensitivity to touch, a desire to be left alone, solitude, withdrawal from people, and an aggravation if someone touches them, and from movement and pressure. Okay, so that's the remedy arnica. Now let's give an example, a real thing, and I'll let you guys solve what happened. All right, so I go to my soccer game and I go slide for the ball and I just twist my leg a little bit. Boy, I'm in pain. Let me sit down. I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. I'll be fine. Just give me some time. And you come to see me. You know what? I have a first aid kit. I have first aid kit, and I can give you something. I said, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'll be fine. What could you give me that might be matching to my case?
Are we gonna wrap it?
Yeah, you can do all those things. Yeah,
Okay.
but we're talking in the world of homeopathy.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let's start from right there. Let's go all the way. Right? What do you do? Go ahead.
Apply cold.
Huh?
Apply cold.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Apply cold.
Still wrap it, right?
You could wrap it. Yeah. How do you know this is not broken?
It's not visual that a bone sticking out?
Yeah. So you have to make sure, like, if you guys want to use your remedy kits, remember we don't want to go outside of our capacity. All right? Because we're all beginners. I'm not teaching you guys to become practitioners of homeopathy. If somebody had an injury, generally speaking, unless you know the person, right? It's your family or yourself or something. I would not recommend giving any remedies to anybody. Okay? All right? Just be safe, right? Because I want to save the day, right? Just for yourself, for your friend, right? Because someone could have something broken and you might miss it. It's always better, all right? If you study first aid or somebody study that, let them assess it. Let them make sure that it doesn't need a hospital, doesn't need to be
call 911.
yeah, right? Step one, you gotta let that happen. If you're training first aid, that's okay. Let's say you pass. No, it's not broken. It's just a strain. It's in a lot of pain right now, though. So then you're like, okay, here's some ice. Okay. I feels better. Thank you. I like the ice. Okay. What else? You're gonna wrap it?
You could elevate it.
We could elevate it, all right? And you said wrap it, right? Okay, yeah. Wrap it. Yeah.
Maybe wrap the ice pack around at least.
There, you know what? That feels better. It's not moving anymore. Okay. Now what else? How else would you discover what remedy I need?
You don't wanna move anymore, you don't wanna walk on it, you just wanna be left alone, just.
Okay, right?
Any bruising,
Yes, there's a little bit of bruising. Yeah. It's starting to look a little purple.
sensitive touch?
Yep.
Can you walk?
I can walk a little bit, but I really don't want to move it. I just don't want to move right now. So I'm elevating. Okay. Okay, good. What other things might you ask? Or observe. Maybe you don't even ask.
Are they even wanting the help?
Hmm?
Are they even really wanting the help? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm your family member, now we passed that it's not an emergency.
Are you thirsty? Do you need some drops?
Yeah, so
Maybe.
I'm anxious, right?
Yeah.
That's what
If
I'm
it is
observing.
If it is your family, right, you may be more than comfortable.
Right.
Like, hey, here's a little remedy I found.
Okay, so what remedy would you use?
For my arnica?
Okay, Arnica, Montana. You're gonna use Arnica, Montana. Great. Now we found,
30 Cs?
oh, that was my next question. What dosage do you use?
30 Cs.
Okay, 30C. Why 30C?
You're an adult.
Okay,
That's the best dose to use for initial.
common dosage.
for initial
Common dosage,
treatment,
okay.
yes.
All right. So what are you gonna instruct me? Give me that bottle. I'm gonna drink that. I'm in so much pain. I'm gonna take the whole bottle right now. How much do I take?
One.
You could take one. It'll probably work. But what's the most common amount to take?
Did you say 5 or something like that?
Yeah, well, you take a couple pellets,
Yes,
right?
it's more common to take a couple.
Yeah, a couple, because just in case, like let's say one of the pellets wasn't active,
Okay.
right?
What's faster, a pellet or the drop?
The
What's faster react?
probably the drops,
Okay.
but they're not always available.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually carry around my pellets.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, you'll probably when you go to the store, you'll buy an arnica, and that's going to be in pellet form, likely.
Okay.
Do you carry drop forms?
No, we have a few combination things that are dropped,
Mm-hmm.
but no, the singles are all pellets.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty common.
So
Yes?
I was gonna ask, sorry, about the dosage, so like if it was, does that play any, that impact if you're gonna do a 30 or a 200 or a 1M? Like if they're like dying and they appear like they're gonna chop their leg off, like they're just beside themselves, does that increase your strength? And moderate civilized can kind of hold a conversation, you would go with 30, and then if it was like super minor, you would, yeah?
Yes. So good questions. Yeah, and then that's why we're doing this. So you feel strong about how to do this. Let's say all you had was a 15, or let's say 12. 12 is common. Let's see what you had. Oh, this guy's in a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of pain right now. I was gonna take the whole bottle. Like, no, you only need how many pellets? Here's 2-3 pellets. All right, I take some, right? But I don't feel anything. Oh, you look at the bottle. Oh, it's only 12C. I think this guy needed a stronger dose. What would you do?
Even more.
When?
Every half hour?
Hmm?
Half hour?
What was that?
Then,
I just took some right now.
yeah.
So it's still in my mouth.
Oh, okay.
I just add 3 more to it, was that double my dose? I took 3 pellets. Now I'm going to take, there's still another, I'm going to take 3 more, did I just double my dose or not?
No.
What do you guys think? No? What do you think?
Well, you said not all pellets have a dose in it, so therefore, maybe you got a bunch of dummy ones.
Let's say they all have the 12C arnica dosage on them.
Oh, okay.
Did I just double my dose?
No, because it's only percentile what's in it is same across the board.
That's right. Very interesting. So you guys are correct. It would seem that if I took 3 pellets or 6 pellets, then I have doubled or tripled or whatever, multiplied my dose. But homeopathy doesn't work like that, because that same dosage is within all of those pellets, and it's one push for the vital force to heal itself. So every time to redose, you don't give more. You have to just wait. And as soon as one dose is done, after that dose has had a small reaction, it could be a minute, 10 minutes, half an hour, another dose would be the second dose after the wait in between.
And does arnica have a time?
No, all remedies are the same. So it means that once you take it, the frequency of how of your redoing the dose is how you develop another hit of the remedy. The frequency. But the dose itself is determined by just the amount you take at that time.
So you're self-medicating in a way. So it's, now I'm hurting again, taking her dose.
Or maybe you haven't stopped already, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, so so let me go back to the scenario. I'm in pain. I wanted to give 30C, and I said I'm telling generally in this class, I don't think anyone should go beyond 30C. It's a common dosage. It's very safe, and but sometimes you don't get that. You'll find a 6X or 12C or something. That's a lighter dose, right? So you gave me 2 pellets. I took it, and I said, I'm not sure if I feel anything. But the symptoms really do match. You're sure. What you could do is wait 10 minutes, right? And you can give another two more pellets to me. But you
That's all
don't,
you have to wait is 10 minutes?
because it's you want to wait a little bit, because usually, if you want to give the body time to react
Right.
too, right?
Absorb it.
Yeah. So if it's in a lot of pain, otherwise half an hour is sufficient. To check if a remedy should be redosed, you want to check wait about half an hour. Unless you're like I just want us to get up and go, right? Let me take you to the get you to the car, right? And it's why am I doing that though? Because it's a light dose, 12C. I wanted to do a 30C, but I didn't have it. So the light dose I could do more frequently, and it'll help me. It'll give a little bit more push in that direction. So the frequency of the remedy dose will produce a bigger effect than if I took 5, 6 of the same remedy all in one go. Do you understand that? It's kind of a detail.
Is there, obviously there may be a bigger comparison if you're taking 130 compared to 1,000 milligrams of something?
Milligrams?
Well, is that not what X equals to or M equals to?
No, I mean the dilutions. So when you have 30C, that means 30 dilutions. If you have a 1M, that's a 1,000 dilution. Do you remember this? So the 1,000 dilution is stronger.
Okay, no, I'm talking about the MG, isn't.
No, we don't use that. We don't use milligrams.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
I have my information written down.
Yeah, no problem. So the homeopathic pellets will come in these little white balls.
Yeah.
They don't go by a milligram, because when you look at a milligram, you're talking about how many milligrams of the active substance is in this medicine.
Yeah.
There is no active substance. There's no number of milligrams in homeopathic. It's been diluted.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't have any milligrams of anything.
Okay.
Right? No, nothing active in it. There's some type of energy that's being used. Right? So you're going to use, instead of, if you had a 30C, you use it once, and then you wait. If you had 12C, you could use it in 10 minutes, 2 times in 10 minutes, at a 10-minute mark, at a 20-minute mark. That would be a good trial. Okay. Now what do? You gave me 12C at 10 minutes, and at 20 minutes you gave me another 12C. What happens now? What do you do?
You wanna see there's an improvement.
Okay, so go ahead, ask me. I'm your patient.
Do you feel better?
Huh?
Do you feel better?
Do I feel better? Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure. I think I do, maybe.
Then again.
Huh?
Then you would give more again, and then wait again and check to see.
Okay, what else do you guys think? Just asking if I feel better? That's the only question you ask?
If you can get up and move, walk on it.
Well, okay, sure.
Or is it okay if I touch it?
Exactly. We have a lot of symptoms.
Oh.
So in homeopathy, all those little symptoms matter. You gotta ask, is it feeling better to the touch? Is it feeling warm? Is it feeling cold? Is it better with movement? You gotta check. Otherwise, maybe the remedy's off. Do you understand? In homeopathy, the little symptoms matter. And you're gonna get used to this. This is only our first remedy, the first thing we're doing. I'm just teaching you how to work through it. You gotta ask all those questions again. Is that cold bothering you? Is the movement bothering you? What do you mean it's better? Does it moving helping you? Look, yeah, you know what? I can move it a little bit, right?
And if they
Do you
see
feel
that-
that? Do you want me to leave you alone? No, it's okay. You can stay here.
And if the shock seems to settle a bit?
Exactly. If you see that benefit, right? What you do is you wait. Don't give a new dose. Because what happens if you give too much of a dose?
Body into crisis.
You're going to start pushing it. Because if my leg is sore and red and painful and to touch, and I don't want to move it, and you gave a dose and it says, oh, I feel a little bit better, right? Then just wait. Because if you start giving more doses, it'll start getting worse again before it gets better. Right? Because you are?
Like, but
Huh?
it's not gonna hurt the other leg.
What happens when you make something, when you give more than it's needed to a healthy person, or something that when the symptoms come? What is it?
It causes the symptoms.
What is that called? You said it earlier?
Proving?
Proving. You will begin to prove the remedy. Look at me. You gave me a 30C, it felt better. And then you gave me a 30C after the second time. I don't know why I think my pain's getting worse again. Oh, what happened? You proved it. You used too high a dose. Either you use too high a dose, or you,
Too frequent.
or what?
Too frequent.
Very good. You guys catching on? That's how you use homeopathy. So it's a game. And then you always have to be in touch. You have to see how that's going. After a certain point, some benefit will start fading. Usually, honestly speaking, I don't usually use a remedy more than 3 times a day. Yeah, I usually don't. Because it's once I start seeing some benefit, I let it go a little bit. And this is something that's this is going to see differences in practitioners. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Some people want to have a little bit of aggravation because that means they want to see that, I feel worse. Like, okay, now I really made sure it's going to heal deep. Some people want to play a little bit safe. I don't like to cause aggravations in my patients. I like, if even a little bit of benefit, it's enough. We're good, right?
Okay, so, going to medicine on this one, but I had a knee scope,
A what?
a knee scope done on my knee.
Okay.
So I was eating 15, 20 ibuprofens a day just.
Yeah.
But then, once the surgery was done, I
Mhm.
didn't need them. Well, then every other part of my body hurt because I've been masking the main pain.
Yeah.
But now, can you do that with this? Like, can you like you were saying, if you overdose, you could improve it, but can you hurt yourself by hurt a person?
Oh, okay. So generally speaking, homeopathy is very safe because you will aggravate something slightly, but then the body will fix itself. The aggravation could be a little bit uncomfortable, but it won't be like full out like, you know, it's not gonna it's not gonna be like an injury. You know, you're not gonna injure yourself. It's just a sensation. There's no molecular amount in that substance to actually injure you.
But you're not gonna feel indestructible, where you're gonna end up pushing too much and then.
No, that's
you
that's
hurt
the, that's
yourself.
a wonderful difference between a like ibuprofen, which is actually masking symptoms and pain. This is not doing that. This is just basically helping your body to either recover or produce something that seems that it's going to be from your own body. It's your own body's capacity.
So it's specifically for that one ailment, whereas an ibuprofen covers everything.
No, well, this arnica will be, it's in the whole
If
system.
there's other ailments.
So yeah, absolutely. It'll go everywhere in the body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll go everywhere. Yeah. Okay, I feel I've given a lot of information. So we'll mull over this, all right? Bring your questions next week. And are you guys getting comfortable? Are you feeling, you understand a little bit? Okay, and then we'll pick this up next week. It'll be, I think we're doing well. I think you guys are catching on. Are you guys happy with? You can also tell me like you're moving too slow, you're moving too fast, your concepts are wild. You know.
Well, you said something about a herbal remedy, because that course you're gonna be doing too, or someone else? Or
I think there's going to be a course that's going to be next semester on herbal or botanical medicine. It's a completely different
Right, I
world.
think that was some of the, I was like, mix up, that was what I was thinking this would be,
Oh, okay.
right?
yeah.
So that's where some of that maybe confused looks come from,
Oh, okay.
cause I do dabble with the other stuff,
Cool.
so.
Great.
You know, this is
It's a
a
fun
whole
world.
different- Yeah, it's a whole new,
It's a whole new world. Yes.
yeah.
But will you be teaching that course?
Yes, I think it's going to be
So like the September one or the one in July?
Yeah, there's one in July.
Is it so? This course is what, 8 weeks?
The one in
Six
July.
weeks.
6
4
weeks.
weeks.
4
Only four.
Is this only 4 weeks?
June, yeah.
This one's 3.
Hmm?
Four.
All
Four.
four Wednesdays in June.
4 Wednesdays. in
Yeah,
June.
4 weeks. Yeah. So you're not sure it's not 6 weeks?
No.
So that I think that's where the next course comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to. Well, like my goal is to get through some remedies so you guys can actually use this stuff, and then you can have homeopathy as kind of like somewhere in your first aid kit. It's kind of a practical little goal that you could take home with you, and then the next course we'll see how. Yeah. So you have more experience with botanicals and
Right.
make.
So you can see I'm
Great.
doing my own tinctures and stuff.
Oh,
like
you
that.
do you make
Yeah.
tinctures? Oh,
Yeah,
great.
teas and stuff like that, so.
So you have what kind of tincture?
I got CPD.
Oh, okay.
And, THC, but that's for pain and sleep.
Yeah.
I use mullet leaf.
Great.
Tea for my, COPD in my lungs.
Uh huh.
So, and, cinnamon in my tea for, swelling and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So I'm learning, I'm retired, so now I got time to read
Wonderful.
fun stuff and
Wonderful.
learn stuff, right, so.
Yeah, yeah. I have to see what the next course is. Is it going to be on just herbal or supplements? I have to see the.
The next one was on supplements.
Well, supplements, yeah. Yeah.
Demystifying supplements.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So I was
Yeah.
looking for that one as well.
Oh, is it on the
Like,
calendar now
Yeah.
online? Okay.
And when is that? Say it's going to start? July
I think
something?
July,
Yeah.
every Wednesday in July.
Yeah.
If you wanna look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have
Okay.
this.
And we'll probably do more of the. We'll go into the mechanism of action because we know the mechanism of action of things. There's a little bit of science. It's yeah. It's a different world though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I think that's where some of our confusion or
Yeah.
conversations are going off topic.
Yeah. It's good.
Off course.
But it's good to know because it's all part of it. The world of natural medicine. Like once you learn a little bit, you become like you could. It fits in. Other things fit in, and for instance, for your tinctures, because you have mother tinctures, you could make homeopathics, and you can actually do provings. You could say, I want to know what does my CBD tincture if I dilute it in 100 ml, and 100 ml, and 100 ml, shake it every time. want to take it. What effect will it have? It's very interesting.
That's what I said. How strong you think it end up being, right? Or-
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not.
No, no,
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's not like you won't be doing the same, but it'll be a different sensation. Well, we'll call it a day for me to turn you guys off here. Thank you very much.
Usually, I get you back, make it soft.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.